For many years, the most lucrative commercial guiding operation on Mount Everest has been a company called Himalayan Experience, or HIMEX, which is owned by a New Zealand mountaineer named Russell Bryce. In the spring of 2012, more than a month into the climbing season, he became increasingly worried about a bulge of glacial ice 300 yards wide that was frozen tenuously to the side of the Everest's west shoulder, hanging like a massive sword of Damocles directly over the main route up the Nepal side of Everest. Bryce's clients, called members in the parlance of Himalayan mountaineering, Western guides and Sherpas repeatedly had to climb beneath the threatening ice bulge as they moved up and down the mountain to acclimatize and establish a series of higher camps necessary for their summit assault. One day Bryce timed how long it took his head guide, Adrian Ballinger, who is incredibly fast, he wrote in the blog post excerpted, to climb through the most hazardous terrain. It took him 22 minutes from the beginning to the end of the danger zone. For the Sherpas carrying a heavy load, it took 30 minutes, and most of our members took between 45 minutes and 1 hour to walk underneath this dangerous cliff. In my opinion, this is far too long to be exposed to such a danger, and when I see around 50 people moving underneath the cliff at one time, it scares me. Adding to Bryce's concern, some of his most experienced Sherpas, ordinarily exceedingly stoical men, approached him to say the conditions on the mountain made them fear for their lives. One of them actually broke down in tears as he confessed this. So on May 7th, 2012, Bryce made an announcement that shocked most of the 1,000 people camped at the base of Everest. He was pulling all his guides, members and Sherpas off the mountain, packing up their tents and equipment, and heading home. He was widely criticized for this decision in 2012, and not just by clients who were forced to abandon their dreams of climbing the world's highest mountain without receiving a refund for the 43,000 euros they had paid him in advance. Many of the other expedition leaders also thought Bryce was wildly overreacting. The reputation of HIMEX took a major hit. After what happened last Friday, though, it's hard to argue with Bryce's call. On April 18th, shortly before 7 a.m. local time, an overhanging wedge of ice the size of a Beverly Hills mansion broke loose from the same ice bulge that had frightened Bryce into leaving Everest in 2012. As it crashed onto the slope below, the ice shattered into truck-sized chunks and hurtled toward some 50 climbers laboring slowly upward through the Khumbu icefall, a jumbled maze of unstable ice towers that looms above the 17,600-foot base camp. The climbers in the line of fire were at approximately 19,000 feet when the avalanche struck. Of the 25 men hit by the falling ice, 16 were killed, all of them Nepalese working for guided climbing teams. 3 of the bodies were buried beneath the frozen debris and may never be found.